Hello everybody, my name is Greg Jowers. Welcome to our channel True Nature. It's good to see you guys again for another day. I'm out at the Seminole Forest, and if I show you around a little bit, some of you people that have been here will know exactly where I'm at. Let me show you the little bridge. There is a camping hut here for people, and I'm just starting out on the adventure today. I had tree knocks out here before. One time, 2021, when I was out here, I was calling a deer, and whatever it was in the woods next to me smacked a tree a couple times really hard. It was so loud that I assumed it was a shotgun. So I didn't quite hear it, so I waited a little bit, and then I did the call again, because to my right was a doe, and she was sitting there watching me as I was calling her. And the caller that I have was a distress call of a fawn. So I typically use that to call in and see a bear or something. Sometimes if there's one in the area, I'll know it's around. So I waited for maybe a minute or so, and I blew it again. And as I blew it again, I stopped quickly to see if it would respond. And sure enough, it did. It was a tree knock, and it was into the woods to my left where nobody goes. So when I heard it, I knew that it wasn't a typical tree knock. It was loud. Back then, I wasn't recording. I didn't have the GoPro with me. And this is something new for me. I've been doing this now for about 4 months, and I absolutely love being able to be out here in the woods and show you guys around where I go. Years back, probably about 9 or 10 years ago, I was with the same friend I was with at another location in Ocala, and we heard some chattering coming from a swamp. And there was 2 of them. And whatever it was, they were talking or chattering back and forth. And David and I were just looking at each other as we're walking and slowing down on the trail, trying to figure out what it was. Swamp was too far away, too many palmettos to get to the swamp line. And we didn't have snake guards back then like I do now. I was walking through here one late afternoon, coming out for kind of a brisk walk. It was a little bit cooler out, and I've seen bear more than on a few occasions in here, but this leads down to the Wakaba River, and that bear was coming out of there, and it ran right in front of me, and it ran like it was afraid of me, and it ran right through here, and there's another trail back down there. It ran past me and around down that way. I thought that was kind of close. I've been jogging on a trail Lake Beersford into land, and I was doing a regiment out there, certain physical training, and I was running on this paved trail they have, and this bear, I didn't even see it. He was like on the other side of this 2-rung fence they built just to keep people out of the woods, and it was running right beside me, and there was an opening, and right at the end of that opening it ran right in front of me, and I mean almost tripped me. And it was a couple 100 pounds, maybe 300. Big bear runs in front of me, jumps over the fence like it was nothing. There was a not a barbed wire fence, but a different type, like a hog fence, and it jumped it and cleared it. Really didn't even touch it. And I was thinking how quick things could really happen in the woods after that. I'm just now going into the swamp area, and wanted to share this part of it. I believe this is probably where this guy I was talking to earlier with his girlfriend saw the wild boar. Well, I put the drone up. I will share that footage with you, but I did not see the river, and I did not want to fly too far out because I did not want to lose my drone, and I couldn't go up real high for reasons. I don't think my drone would be able to follow me through all this right here. Wow. That really is a huge track right there, and I don't see anything in that indicating that's a shoe track, and that's heavy. Whoever stepped there, look at that. Look at that. I can't see the other end of it because a deer or a hog stepped there and ruined it. Look how wide it is. I mean, it's massive. Let me see. It goes all the way up there. There's no way. I couldn't even begin to step down that hard. Look at my track compared to that one. Okay? I'm 200 pounds. Look at the difference with the impression from this one to mine. And I stepped hard. I couldn't even do that. Wow. I wonder. Let's see if I can find another one right here. I think it's time to put some mosquito spray on again. Oh my gosh. Huh. There's another track right there. I'm not saying it's a skunk ape. I'm not saying it's Bigfoot. That one is definitely semi-sneaker. So that's not a human track. I mean, as far as a barefoot foot. That was a deep impression, okay? There were no tracks, no shoe track in there. And the ridge wasn't typical boot ridge or a sneaker ridge. That was a track of some type. Covered up, unfortunately, by pig tracks. Could never see the end of it. But like I said, the impression was fairly deep. Wow. They say there's been a couple sightings out here in the Seminole Forest. Which I find to be very possible because of where it's at, because of the deer, because of the hogs, because of the clear water, because of a good place to be able to come out here and survive on this land, because there is so much of it. There's so much of this land. All right, I don't want to make my GoPro get hot, so I gotta turn it off. If I see something, I'll turn it right back on. Wow, this is crazy through here. Mosquitoes are going nuts. It doesn't matter how much spray you have on when you're sweating as bad as I am. It comes right off. Mosquitoes bite you anyway. Doesn't matter.